Well, that happened. All right. Well, the Hartford Wolfpack don't have a head coach anymore as Kris Knoblauch is headed to Edmonton to replace Jay Woodcroft. And I'm in shock. I'm kind of in shock to an extent. I'm not shocked that Kris Knoblauch got a head coaching job. It's more the fact that I didn't expect it to happen in the middle of a season. Like, that really threw me off. But yeah, Kris Knoblauch going to Edmonton. Kind of not surprising, too, because of the fact that we know that Kris Knoblauch has a connection with McDavid from the juniors days. So there's a connection there, and it makes sense that they want to keep McDavid happy as much as possible. Or this could be this could be the Rangers strategizing, using a big brain play to get Knoblauch to recruit McDavid over to the Rangers. All jokes aside, though, yeah, I'm kind of in shock about this, considering Knoblauch was behind the bench not even 24 hours ago for the Hartford Wolfpack, where they ended up losing last night. But don't get it twisted, Kris Knoblauch is a pretty solid hire by the Oilers, and I find it hilarious, too, that Gerard Gallant still can't get a head coaching job despite jobs opening, and they had one in Columbus before when Babcock lost his job, still couldn't get hired. Edmonton just now, still couldn't get hired. I find it funny that Gallant still can't get a job, and a guy that already had a job in Hartford ends up getting one instead over him. How funny is that? But we're going to talk about it. Before we do, leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans, or if you're an Oiler fan, why not? And turn on your notifications so you know I upload or go live. But we'll talk about Knoblauch, but first, banging out how this goes with the Rangers. Steve Smith, who, no, not the wide receiver. He ends up taking over the job in Hartford for the Wolfpack as the interim head coach. They're currently looking for a new head coach, according to reports. I think it was Chris Johnson that had that, and there was someone else. But regardless, there's reports that they're looking for a new head coach, but Steve Smith, who's the current assistant, is going to be the interim head coach. Fine. No big deal there, but it does kind of suck. You lose your head coach, considering how good of a start Hartford is off to this year. Do you credit that to the depth Chris Drury got this offseason, or do you credit that to Knoblauch? Remains to be seen, because now we'll get an idea of that. But I wouldn't be shocked if it's a mix of both, because Knoblauch, he's okay. Like, I guess we'll segue right away to Knoblauch here. He's a pretty okay coach. Like, when he was up here with the Rangers, they scored a absurd amount of goals. Most of that was because they were playing the Philadelphia Flyers, and Mika Zibanejad just torches the Flyers. But also, I think part of that is the fact that the Rangers were kind of just playing a free offensive game at that point. But defensively, they still were solid. But I credit a good amount of that to Jacques Martin, who was the assistant coach at the time here. The Rangers were pretty solid defensively under him when he was the assistant coach here that season. And then for whatever reason, they let him go. But we're not going to talk about that because I'm happy with the coaching staff right now. But yeah, Knoblauch, he likes to have his teams play a pretty high offensive game. Like, they're really not the best defensive teams, but they did improve as the year went along, I felt. And at least from the few games that I watched in the playoffs last year, they looked better defensively than I remember. But yeah, we knew Knoblauch was going to get a chance at some point, and the Rangers apparently never really strongly considered him for the gig this past offseason. So, which makes sense, because Laviolette's there. Why would you not go out and hire him? But yeah, we knew Knoblauch was going to get a chance, and I didn't think it was going to happen at this point. Like, I thought next offseason maybe he'd get a job, but did not expect it in the middle of a season. But Hartford, like I said, off to a scorching hot start, and I'm not sure if there was any adjustments to the system down there in Hartford, but from what I remember, they ran like a 1-2-2 in the neutral zone, and they're a quick team. Like, they are a very quick team off the rush and in on the forecheck, at least from the few games that I watched. I'm not like, don't quote me, don't come back, Edmonton fans, and say that I was wrong about how he coaches. This is just from the few games that I remember and the few that I watch, and I don't even know if he's going to coach like that in Edmonton. For all I know, he's going to have them play a neutral zone trap. I don't know, but from the few games that I watch and what I remember, that's pretty much how he has the team play. So I wish Knoblauch the best luck, and good for him to finally get a head coaching job. Again, I'm not really surprised that it happened. It's just more the timing that throws me off. But with the Edmonton Oilers, I am still puzzled as to why this was even the case. So they beat the Seattle Kraken last night, and then they fire him. Odd, but Jay Woodcroft, that is, that they fire. Odd. Why is it that Ken Holland still has a job? I do not understand. Like, he never should have got a job after how he left Detroit in the first place. That's the thing that's really confusing to me. And what, his biggest trade deadline acquisition in Edmonton outside Matthias Ekholm is who? Andreas Athanasiou and a washed up Mike Green? Like, I don't understand how Ken Holland still has a gig there, and then he overpays Campbell. I don't think I need to break that down. I don't think I'm breaking news to anyone there that he's not a good GM, but yeah, this has to be his last coach. Like, this is his last resort. Otherwise, he has to lose his job. Like, he has to. So I wouldn't be shocked if Knoblauch does change how he coaches a bit, just to maybe help Ken Holland keep his job, if that's possible. But I don't even know how, like, even if they play the best neutral zone trap possible, I don't know how that goaltending is going to hold up for them, because it's just simply not good enough in Edmonton. So we'll see. We'll see how things go there, but I just wanted to give my brief thoughts just because it is sort of Rangers news with the Wolfpack there, considering they're off to a good start. They are, what? Let's see their record right now. They are, 7-3-1 right now. They're looking good. 23 goals against, 34 goals for, and I think they had a very good effort against the Bridgeport Islanders very recently. But yeah, you have a lot of the veterans off to good starts, like Riley Nash is off to a good start. Even some of the young guys, Brett Berard starting off good. Brennan Othman has looked good. On the blue line, you're getting production from Mac Hollowell too. But again, the question could be too, how much of this is goaltending in Hartford that's helping Kris Knoblauch, because Dylan Garand has been good. Louis Domingue has been good. And then Olaf Lindbaum steps in net and Hartford loses. So I don't know. We'll see. But let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below, especially Oilers fans. I want to know how you guys are feeling about the hire. I'm sure you're not excited and you're probably like, who the hell is this? I thought I'd fill you guys in on some of the knowledge that I have, the very little knowledge that I have on him. I wish I had more, but if you do want some sort of knowledge, I'm sure that Statboy Steven on Twitter, if you want to go check him out, is going to give some good information. He's heavy with the prospects. I want to make sure I get his name right as well, who covers the Hartford Wolfpack. Yeah, Ricky Milner. His @ is @Milner06 on Twitter. If you want to go check him out there. Yeah, let's see what he says actually about it. He's terrific with the players and was instrumental in turning the club around. It was a long process, but worth it. Losing him will sting, but as they say in the AHL, next man up. Best of luck, Kris. So yeah, that's his thoughts. I'm sure he's going to give more thoughts and write an article about Kris Knoblauch as a coach. So if you do want more info there, go give him a follow on Twitter, especially Oilers fans. I'm sure you guys are going to want as much knowledge as possible on Knoblauch. So go check him out there. He'll have the best info there. But yeah, Kris Knoblauch, wish him all the best. Again, just bizarre timing with this. But leave a like if you did enjoy the video. I would appreciate it. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live next on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let's go Rangers.